What do you love most about your job?
Probably, other than the interaction with the staff and the students and support staff and everything else, just being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Obviously within the context of our program and our education, but you know, just being able to walk in. If I want to change it, I can change it. If I want to do it over again, I can do it over again. Not too many jobs you get redos, not too many jobs you get to do whatever you want to do at the spur of the moment. So the flexibility.
What is your favorite thing about the high school?
Other than the people, the teachers, the students, all the activities, just the physical aspect of the school. I was here when it was built in '62, not in the school, but in the community. But just seeing its evolution and the additions and everything else, just I think we can compare to any other high school in the state of Indiana, not just the overall aesthetics, but you know, how it functions and what it looks like and everything else.
What's your favorite memory from teaching?
Obviously memories are, you know, some fade the older that you get, but probably my best is I started teaching in 1976. Freshmen came up here at LaPorte High School in 1983, and for me to walk in the front doors again from being a student and now a teacher, that probably had to be the most exciting. Not that anything else was it, but that was probably the most exciting, being able to come back here to teach.
My favorite thing about Mr. Gangwer is that he's really outgoing and he always made me laugh.
I've never had him, but he always echoes during choir warm-ups and it just brightens my day.
My most favorite thing is his personality, his humor, and his crazy jokes.
His devotion to the students. He even takes the time out of his own personal time to drive up to Trine to see some LPHS kids playing ball, and that's on him. So he's very passionate about that.
Freshman year on my birthday, he played me a birthday rock song in front of the class, and it was pretty great.
Lectures, they're like long, but like eventually there's some sort of inspiring meaning to them. So.
I love his sense of humor. Mr. Gangwer has to be one of the silliest people you will ever meet. His answers to common everyday questions crack me up. He's my neighbor, I know his whole family, and I love them all. He's one of those people that makes LaPorte High School special.
My favorite thing about Mr. Gangwer was all the corny jokes he would tell.
Really hilarious jokes.
His stories make me laugh.
And I like his jokes.
He always makes me smile. So if ever I see him, you know, he has like a funny little story to tell me. I don't really know him very well, but he always has a really funny story to tell me. He tells like really funny stories.
He's always cracking funny jokes.
Why do people that throw away pillows get depressed? And the answer is because they get down in the dumps.
When it comes to Mr. Gangwer, you can expect the unexpected.
I like the way he teaches.
Well, Mr. Gangwer is always positive. He likes kids. He likes to be here. And I think that's a really positive thing.
I like that he has a genuine care for what he does, and that he's a nice teacher.
I think every teacher has probably an overall outline as far as how they want to teach, how they're going to approach education, what they're taught, their knowledge of the subject matter and everything else. Well, if you kind of get that going in, you know, a repetitive basis, either hour after hour, month after month, week after week, year after year, you fall into kind of a rut. So I try to change things up. I try not to do the same thing every hour, but I want the same thing done, but I won't do it the same way. I'll approach my first hour different from my second hour, and by now, because we've been together long enough, it's almost midterm, I kind of get like an academic gauge of each class, so I know the speed I can go or the speed I can't go. Okay, and part of one of the things is just making it, you know, I have kind of like an ongoing turning in policy. It's late, and they're going to deter from their doing it well on a quiz or a test. So if they don't turn it in on time, I don't make it a big academic depletion of their grade. That's going to happen naturally because they're not going to have the information that they need. But I I throw in my personality as much as I can. Whatever personality everybody thinks I have, I want them to enjoy it. I want them to see me enjoying what I'm doing. I want them to enjoy what they're doing. I want their classroom experience to be upbeat, and I don't want to come in all ticked off about something and then dump it on them. It happened early on in my career, and I went like, I gotta stop that. So when you come into my class, you'll have no idea what kind of mood I'm in, because it's just pretty much the same every time. So. Like today's joke is, I can't remember today's joke. Hold on.